It's a new year, so that means some new baits. So I just want to tell you a couple things that I'm excited to throw in 2026. Now, these things are not new on the market, but they're things that are new to me that I haven't really thrown before. Um, and I'm going to talk kind of in categories, but I'm also going to talk about specific baits. So my first category um, is just big baits. I typically in the past have thrown a lot of smaller lures, lots of Ned rigs, lots of small Texas rig craws, jig headed craws, little um, like 4-inch stick baits, small things, finessey things. Um, so this year I really want to upsize my lures. So one of those is big swim baits. First of all, like I have a Berkeley Cull Shad. I also have this 6-inch dangerous swim bait. I also got the 5-inch. I was throwing it a little bit last weekend. I like the way that the 5-inch worked in the water. I could cast it easily. Um, with this bigger one, it's going to be a little harder. I'll have to take a special rod because it is so heavy. It's 2 ounces, basically 1.9 ounces. Whereas the 5-inch is right at 1 ounce. So I can throw it on kind of your standard casting rod, but it's still an upsized lure from what I'm used to throwing. So the dangerous swim baits, the Berkeley Cull Shad. I have one of the Bass Pro 6-inch swim bait. I forget what it's called, but I have one of those as well. I also want to throw some glide baits. So I picked up. This was on sale uh, a week or two ago for like 45% off. Buka Tricks Shad, the 6-inch. So I picked up one of those, and I'm going to be throwing it around pretty soon. I've got a pond that I just want to take it to, and that way I don't take a whole trip where I'm just thinking about this particular lure. But take it to a pond and just kind of play around with it a little bit, get used to throwing it, figure out which rod it works well on. Um, so I'm happy to take that out. And one of the things that's kind of held me back um, from throwing baits like this is just not being confident in how to work a glide bait. So I have a couple other glide baits. They're discontinued Spro versions, so I might throw some of those as well. But I want to figure it out this year and see if I can catch some bigger bass on a glide bait. So I'm going to be throwing some glide baits. So that's the first category, big baits. I want to throw some big swim baits, big glide baits, which I big to me. Others that's not that big, but 6 inches is a pretty big bait to me. But then on the other side of things, I also want to get into BFS this year. I don't have, I have kind of like a borderline BFS rod that I got for a very specific use for throwing small crankbaits, specifically like Rebel Craws and stuff like that. But I've kind of gotten to the point now where I'm just going to throw those on a spinning rod most likely. Um, and it's a very moderate action rod. It's a glass rod. So you can't really do a lot of normal BFS things with that. So I want to get an actual BFS rod that's a little more standard, that's more of a fast action that I can throw pretty much anything on. That's BFS size. I'm not trying to go like to the teeny tiny lures, but mainly I'm thinking to get something like this that I could take to any creek and be able to catch smallmouth, panfish, that sort of thing from the creeks. So I want to get into some BFS stuff this year. One of the lures specifically that I want to throw on BFS is a Kitech Mono Spin Finesse jig. It's just a little tiny jig. They come in like 3/16 ounce and a little smaller than that too. I think 1/16 as well. So I want to throw that, try it out in the creeks, and see what I can catch on that. Another thing, this is kind of changing gears completely from the other two categories of like the new trendy things. But another thing I want to really throw this year that I have not thrown a lot of is just a good old fashioned jig. Um, I keep hearing from everybody, again, for those of you that know me or have watched the channel, you know that I'm still pretty new at fishing. Been doing it for maybe 4 years. Um, and I just haven't really done the jig much. But I keep hearing from people that it's amazing, that it's super versatile. and it just catches fish. So that's one that I want to kind of go with the old faithful and pull out the jig and figure that out. My last lure that I want to throw is a specific lure, but it kind of also falls into a category. I bought this lure last year and never threw it. I had plans and then had issues with my truck and couldn't take my John boat out. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But it's the Koiki Hide Up. It's like this dice bait thing. It's a JDM lure. I'm going fishing tomorrow, and I might take this out, rig it up on a drop shot, and see what I can do with that. So that's what I'm excited about throwing this year. Again, these are new to me. They're not new to the market. So some of you guys have thrown these a lot. Probably you're good at them. So if you have any tips for me, drop them down in the comments. Also, if there's something new that you're excited to throw this year, let me know what that is too. Be excited to see what everybody else is throwing too.